Hey guys, my name's Justin and welcome to Hellsboro, where we care about the design behind designer luxury. And if you do too, make sure to subscribe. I don't know why I made that noise. So for today's video, I thought it would be really fun to talk about some of the worst bag shapes. So when I say worst bag shapes, I don't necessarily mean like it's the worst bag shape in the world, it's worse for you, it's never gonna work. Some of these shapes might work for you. But I would say if you're interested in any of these shapes, take a look at some of these points and just think about how it might, work with your lifestyle or how you want to carry a bag or whatever, So this first shape is actually very near and dear to my heart. It's kind of actually how I got into carrying a bag in the first place. But basically it is just the, zippered pouch shape. I'm pretty sure, basically any brand is gonna have something like this, like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, just go through your Rolodex of brands and they're gonna have something like that. But I'm gonna talk specifically about the Chanel one today. When we're talking about just a zippered pouch, they call it the classic pouch, but when we talk about a zippered pouch, that's basically what it is. It's one or two pieces of leather just folded up and then sewn together and then given a zipper. No bells or whistles, pretty basic. And, that is something that I think makes it pretty attractive. It's something simple with a little bit of flair. So if you want that kind of luxury, show-off feeling, it's right there. But then when you consider the fact that there aren't any bells and whistles, there's not even a top and bottom, it's just a side, a front and a back. That's all you're getting. I often talk about bags as far as comfort and versatility, different ways to carry it so that, you don't get fatigued carrying it, especially if you load up on things. But I mean, really, if you think about this classic pouch, you don't even have to worry about loading up because it is just a flat thing, a flat envelope to put stuff in. But that being said, there's basically two ways to carry it. You kind of hold it with your hand on the top, or you tuck it under your shoulder, or you could I don't know, carry it like a baby or something. But that's the whole thing. It's just so basic. If you're looking for that luxury flair, there are different ways to get it, and I don't know if just carrying a simple pouch is the right way to do it. I do have to say, the more I look at this picture of the classic pouch from Chanel with just the CC logo, the more I do like it. I'm like, oh, maybe I should get back into that. But I know it's a mistake because I remember all of the different zippered pouches I have and how insanely annoying it is to carry them. It is so stupid and not in the good way. But that being said, if it works for your look and it's something that you wanted to try, don't let me stop you. Next. This next category, and please do not take offense if you have a bag like this. This next category is, in my opinion, kind of the lowest common denominator when it comes to a bag, and that is a glorified phone holder. Again, you'll see every single brand under the sun doing something like this. Even my fave, Loewe, they definitely have them, although I think those ones are cute, the one with the elephant. Perfect. Love it. I mean, it's not perfect because it still is just a glorified phone holder. But the ones I'm talking about are typically gonna be these more popular models of bags just turned into a little phone holders. I think it's along the same vein. See, I was gonna say line or vein, but then I said vine. No. Yeah, that's what I said. I think it's in the same vein as the classic pouch. It's something simple with a little bit of luxury to get that kind of to get something with a little bit of a spark or something like that, even if it's not super interesting. But these phone holders are ridiculous. It's literally enough for, obviously, your phone, and then, what, maybe a card holder, probably just a card or two, and then that's it. I don't even know if there's really quite enough room for you to comfortably fit a lipstick or a compact in or something like that. And for me, these always feel like money grabs because if you look at the material, look at the material.
Look at the material.
You should be going home anyway.
You can be the judge of it.
It's really not much to it. Obviously, whoever the artisan or the craftsperson who made it put it together for sure. And of course, their work, should be respected. But when you take a look at just what it is, and typically these ones are going to be just like little rectangles on chains or leather straps. I don't really see like the interesting design. Like, where's the value of the creativity that you think of when you think of something designer or something luxury, something that's should be high level good? If it's just kind of like, oh, here's another rectangle on a chain. Like, if you look at like multiple ones and they all like kind of look like the same design, it's like, okay, well, maybe second guess that. And like, there's ways around it. Like, if you want a ridiculously small bag, there's plenty of ways to like get your fill. Like looking at Jacquemus or Balenciaga with like the tiny hourglass, a little Chiquito, like there's plenty of things that you could get that have that like tiny bag feel without just, I don't know, kind of looking generic. That means that it could work for you. So let's move on. I don't know why I said it like that. So I recognize that this whole video might be full of just unpopular opinions or opportunities for me to offend you, and that is not my intention. This next one, however, let's see. It's actually just the pochette accessoire from Louis Vuitton. And I know, I get it. So many people have it. It's very popular. It's still popular. I know at certain points it's been hard to get because of how popular it is. I know people have like used them to like added chains and made it like more flashy and just things like that. And honestly, that is part of my issue. This little tiny thing, sure, I get it as a starter bag, but it's just this tiny little envelope on like this shoulder strap. These shoulder bags that have not any sort of exciting detail about them. I feel like I'm just being a hater right now. I don't know. It's just, if you look at, again, the construction, I mean, it's kind of similar to my criticism of like those like mini phone holders, but just like turned sideways. But I mean, in this case, I think it's even less functional because at least those phone holders typically have a crossbody strap, you know, so you can wear them on your shoulder or you can wear it crossbody, things like that. But then these little shoulder bags, just popping it on, I don't know, it's not the move for me. I don't get it. At least with like the re-edition Prada nylon bags, you know, there's a little bit of history there. There's that nostalgia for some people as well. But like when you take a look at like, I guess it's almost like specifically the Louis Vuitton one, it is just, it's a rectangle with a little tiny leather strap that's gonna get dirty because it's that vachetta leather, and you know that vachetta leather is gonna take on a patina, which of course can be beautiful, but like, you know, if you're putting it on your arm, I don't know. Please don't hate me. Let's move on. So this next bag shape, I would say this is like a light criticism. So it's basically just like those huge, like oversized totes. Gucci has the Ophidia line with these large totes. The Louis Vuitton Never Full. But for me, I just wanted to specifically touch on the Dior book tote, which I've talked about with like love and care before, but let's just dive in a little bit, okay? When you're looking at the construction of it, it is just a rectangle, but it does not have any sort of like crossbody strap or anything. So you're basically going to wear it on your shoulder or in the crook of your arm or carrying it by your hand. So that is 3 options, but that being said, this bag is crazy heavy. I mean, the craftsmanship when it comes to the embroidery on most of these bags, beautiful. But that also means that it's going to be like a thick material and it is heavy. Also, it is unlined, which means a lot of people I've seen when they buy these bags, they buy those liners or like the little bag shapers that also have organization pockets, and I'm like, great, that's cool. But like, there's like some little part of me in the back of my head that's like, why should I have to buy something to make the thing that I bought that already costs a bajillion dollars even better? And like, I don't know, maybe my brain's broken, but like, that is the one thing where I'm like, nah, I don't know if I can get into that. And then on the same note of the bag shapers, I don't know, it blows my mind. Like, this bag, it looks beautiful when it's new, but then it gets like so like floppy. And the same can be said for any of these like oversized totes. You're gonna be putting so much into them, but like, they just look like sloppy over time. That's it, I'm gonna have 0 followers after this. That's my piece. That's all I have to say about it. You know, I do still think like the embroidery work on them, beautiful. But, yeah, okay. Last one. Alright, last bag shape, so you guys can stop being mad at me. The last bag shape is... I don't exactly know what I would call this bag shape. It definitely is like, it's a top handle bag, but then specifically a top handle bag without any sort of like chain strap, shoulder strap, crossbody strap, something like that to make it like more versatile. And like, I know like one of my biggest complaints when we started this video, if you can, turn back the clock and just imagine, oh, zippered pouches aren't versatile because you have to carry them by their hands, or you have to tuck them under your arm, or somehow I think that a lot of these like top handle bags, especially when they don't have any sort of like shoulder strap, crossbody strap, whatever, you have to carry them by the top handle, and then sure, you may be able to like slide it onto the crook of your arm, but depending on the thickness of your arm, it's either not gonna fit or might just not look the way that you want it to look. And for me, I'm like, how can you have a bag that has less versatility than literally just like a flap of leather folded in half and sewn up? But that's what it is for me. Not to mention that, like, if we're talking specifically about like the Jodie bag, I mean, of course, I've heard like both sides where it's like, oh, it's not that hard to open, but then I also hear a lot of that, like, the zipper is inconvenient to open, specifically when you're trying to find something. And in general, because like the top of it, you can't really like move it too much when you're trying to look inside. I'm definitely familiar with a bag that's like kind of hard to like look through, like, I can't fault you there. But why not have a bag that's more comfortable to carry, especially if you're gonna be somewhere active? Do you want to really get fatigued and have it like kill your mood and kill your vibe and then just make your day just like... Maybe that's just me. Maybe I just complain too much, or maybe I, just need to like see the bright side of life. But yeah, so those are what I think are some of the worst bag shapes. Please, like, take what I say with a grain of salt, especially if you have them and your experience is different. But if you're also looking at some of these types of bag shapes, just keep those kinds of things in mind. And if you end up buying it and you love it and you prove me wrong, that's awesome. Let me know. Do you agree with some of these bag shapes maybe not being the best kind of representation of what like luxury fashion can do? Or do you think I'm entirely wrong and I should shut up? Let me know. I love hearing from you guys. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. So if you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It lets me know that you like this kind of content and that you too care about the design behind designer luxury. Until next time. Oh, oops. It's my phone. It's fine.